get some cosmetic reject transistors from some of the transistor companies. And I accidentally picked up a journal in our house, and the journal talked about binary, a system of ones and zeros for mathematics. And I said, my God, these ones and zeros are as easy for a fifth grader as math in school is. You don't need complicated math. You don't need geometry, trigonometry, calculus, all these exotic things we've heard of. All you need is a normal young student could understand everything about zeros and ones. And they had decision-making devices called gates. Decision-making devices that follow rules. And each one of them electronically was very, very simple to understand.
The circuitry in the arithmetic unit appears to be complex, but it is actually made up of simple basic circuits. The components are standard types of diodes, capacitors, resistors, and so on.
One of the things about Unix is the ability that we have to create complicated programs by building them out of simpler programs. Rather than writing programs from scratch, we can often construct them just by gluing together existing programs, almost like building blocks.
But what's different about Unix is that they didn't implement all these features for every type of data. They implemented each one only once because Unix had the pipe command. So you could take ls or ps, and then you could pipe it into sort, into grep, into more, and then they only had to write these features once. But look what's happening with the shape of the Unix utility. It's actually curving up. This is exponential, because once they write one feature, they get the utility of that feature for all of the types of data, not just for one. Okay, and so as they go, they become more and more efficient. So this is kind of like one of the most unbelievable things in the history of computing, is that basically a couple guys in the basement on obsolete hardware did the software equivalent of, going to the moon.
Dynamic complexity is emergent behavior. So weather as a system is actually a pretty simple system, right? Weather has temperature, humidity, air pressure. That's most of weather, okay? The problem is emergent behavior. The problem is weather fronts and different bubbles of air and temperatures and humidity banging into each other, which means it is impossible to predict weather particularly well.